Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. And today we are into the new moon energies in Taurus. In some parts of the world, the new moon is happening today, as in the UK it's happening in the early hours of the morning. So it will tip over into tomorrow. But they are definitely with us, the new opportunities of rounding all the work that you have been involved with, especially in this this weird situation that we are in, this transformational situation, and the duality with the 3D and the 5D that's going on at the moment, and making clear decisions as to where you want, what you want your life to look like from here on in, and allowing anything else that no longer serves you to just fade away, right? Just fade away. And this will be people and situations and life as your new shoots of your new life starts to sprout through. And this is going to take us through into 2021, these energies. It will take on further, but we'll be looking at an entirely different type of year next year to this foundational year we are in at 2020. And just a quick note, I have spent well over 8 hours trying to upload yesterday's video, and it's too long. So if it reaches a certain time, what I will do is I will cut it and then refilm it, so you have it in two parts. Or it may, Spirit will keep it below the set time. Let's see how we go. And again, I'm going to start by the final shuffle on the cards to see what is coming about. For those of you who are in lockdown, it may seem almost like a boring existence, day-to-day existence. The purpose is to literally go into your heart centre and to find your inner world ready to connect with the outer world. But beyond this world, there's been a huge amount of activity to upgrade Mother Earth and all the diminuers, that's what they say, that's been going on actually on our planet. So there are powerful forces at work, of which I am not privy to all of them, but I am aware of certain areas where they are going into. The child issue being a big one, and also the monetary values is another one, and also health, the health and control around the areas of health and what is to come. It's a good time for seeding purity away from what we have endured as a race over many millennia, is what they're saying. Okay, I'm continuing to shuffle to see where we're going to go today. And I hope you are all well and enjoying this time fruitfully for your own benefit, your own direction, your own understanding as to allowing your gifts to shine out in the world. Not quite there yet, and some of you will have already been shining your gifts, but there are new gifts that are now emerging, ones that you hadn't thought of before. But sometimes we can create in a different direction, and that's very acceptable to have a change around. I mean, my own direction was always as an artist, but I have been told at the meeting last week that the art is now going to be left for other people, and I have to move in a different direction with my own pathway. And this equates to everybody, that we have to look at what we have been creating, and it's time for us to create something totally different, totally new, that vibrates with us. And we will start by taking the first card. And this card we had yesterday, which is interesting. And it's saying here, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. We are all unique. If you do not hold your unique, you just become very bland, and you are part of the matrix system, the old system. You're just a cog in their wheel. Whereas you need to be able to look at your own creativity, your own wheel of life, to be able to move you forward with the perfect balance of who you are. And facing your true north, we often align with the North Star up in the Great Bear, Polaris, and this has had great myths, as this is where souls come in from and out of, which is a way that the ancestors, the more recent ancestors, explained matters that they could not themselves understand, and if it was beyond their comprehension, they used to put a metaphor in. But for the true north, to understand the true north, we're talking about in the northern hemisphere. It would be reversed in the southern hemisphere. That would be face your true south. But in the north, we are talking about the polar bear going into hibernation. This is the winter. This is the darkest part of the winter. And by finding the strength and the power of who you are and loving and accepting you with all its glitches, but going beyond that and understanding and embracing your weirdness, your uniqueness. This is a very powerful place in which to operate from when coming into the spring. Could be a season, or it could also be a metaphor for the stage that you're at. You've come out of the inner thinking, and when you step out, you have you've embraced your weirdness, and you will not let others put you back into the box to conform ever again. And we're going to look at the next card. And this one is Lost Lands, Soul Memories and Gifts. You've done this before. Many of us have been through the situation of ascension. In the past, Mother Earth did not make it. You may have gone through the situation on other planets and have made it. So you know what is happening, what is to come next. The purpose of standing true to your weirdness, to be able to help humanity and Mother Earth herself to repair and to rise and shine, is what they're saying. And we also have memories, often memories of past lives, past star systems that we have met up on and travelled, and during these lifetimes we have earned our gift. We have been abundant in our gift for embracing our weirdness. So this is not new at all. And you, in these some memories, and the gifting that you've got has come from arising from being your embracement of your true self. What did you do then that gave you that aha moment, that you actually overcame all adversity? Because your weirdness is really needed right now in order to be able to shine, to guide humanity through. And there may be people that will shun you when we get back out of the lockdown. That is not a problem. You just move away from them and find your own tribe. Your own tribe will honour you and understand you for the brilliance of who you truly are. And in standing and using your gifts that you have already used before and gained from a similar situation to what we are facing on Mother Earth. But this is the first time for Mother Earth to have actually got to this stage. It's always been out of balance. There's always been that underlying balance of the five shadow, 2, 3 light, and the beings of Earth couldn't quite pull it off. And we're going back nations that have been on this planet for millions of years. It's now being recognised that, although, again, information is often suppressed across many fields, that the pyramids, especially those in Egypt, are actually 145 million years old. And beneath the sands, there is a tremendous energy system that Tesla would understand the engineering of free electricity that could light up an entire planet just from the complex that lies beneath the chambers of the pyramids. So this is lost understanding. They didn't make it then, but what they don't have that we have now is all you starseeds and lightworkers who have been rallied by the clarion call to ensure that it does happen, and it will happen. Mother Earth sent out a plea to be able to rise her own energy. She has I believe it's an iron nuclide core. I'm not a scientist, but along those energies. And planets in other star systems, other universes, I don't think there are too many in this particular universe, actually have a pure, 100% pure gold core. This is alchemy. This is Mother Earth's alchemy, of which we are invited to be our own pure gold, our own transformation, our own alchemy of the self. And this in turn will assist Mother Earth in her inner alchemy also. And they're saying to move on now to the next pair. I think they're going to speed things up so that we can actually get it uploaded. I'll move this pair over. And the first of the pair that we have here is Messenger. Sirius energy, bringing harmony and balance. And for those of you who are star beings from Sirius, these equate often to the ocean-going whales. Some of them are the dolphins, but we're talking a watery planets, which is where many of the messengers from Sirius comes from. And they have been in our seas, and as they circumnavigate the the world, the larger whales, they are singing from their hearts in harmony, and the water then absorbs the harmonies that they are actually bringing to this Mother Earth. It's the song lines. It's a Syrian song line. And they have chosen to come here not in human form, but in some dolphins, and others are the whales. And it's the whales that are the ones that are creating and changing the water within the oceans. And we go back to Moses saying about the water is a memory that can be programmed, and this is what the whales are doing, programming our water, our seas, which is ready for Mother Earth and also all her beings that are on her mantle right now. And it's singing the true song, echoing from the core of who we are. It's not about playing instruments outside of us, but it's by bringing into harmony all that is of our physical earth body, to be able to allow the song of the inner collective of who we have come from to be able to rise up and to be emitted as a sound, not in word form, not in this case, although words are powerful, but as an inner vibration of the essence. We are the vessel, and this is our sound, which is fantastic healing for Mother Earth. And we're going to go on to the second card of this pair. And this card says, I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. The fated life is about the third dimension. We just go along with where society is at. Many of us have done this. But the destiny life is what we came here to do. What your soul plan that you agreed that this was your mission that you were going on. And it is time to actually remember your soul plan. And it's often not a feeling within the mind, but it's within the heart. How is your heart resonating? What passion do you feel as though you want to gravitate towards? And if so, now is the time to embrace it and to begin to put it into action. Plant the seeds. Plant the seeds. And then you'll be in the fifth dimension, as in the destiny of your life, rather than in the third dimension, which is the fated life. The next bottom line we will look at, and we've got the blue flame, and this is spontaneous awakening, activation, integration, time. And as many of us are on the lockdown, is activating more and more people to go into their inner soul, to light their blue flame, to allow it to burst into being in the core of the self. Introspection, looking within, away from what's going on out in the world. And it's a good time just to let go all the news and all the stories and everything that's going on in the world, because that's harnessing your your focus away from the power of your blue flame. And yes, terrible things are or may be happening, but if it's not directly affecting you where you're living in this moment of now, then put it aside. It's not the right time to go down that pathway. But what it is, right, is the fact that you awaken. And this is a massive awakening across the entire planet. It has, on the one side, it's a heavy-handed controlism. But on the other side, it's the silver lining in the cloud. It's the ability to say enough is enough and awaken. And so many people in this lockdown downtime are awakening. They're paying more attention to healing their inner self and their inner journey. And this follows on, and this is a good pathway to follow, and good card to pick up. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. We're back to the alchemy of Mother Earth, the alchemy of yourself. And when we reach rock bottom, either because of the restraints of not being able to go out and about, to hug, to party, to be in groups, we have only one other place to go, and that's to the inside. And in the alchemy of igniting the blue flame within your heart center, it will crack your outer soul in order to be able to fall away the denser third dimension you, and the new harmonious fifth dimension will start to harden. They're saying to become more solid. The inner part of you. And this is a journey that Mother Earth is also going on. She is also cracking her outer third dimension. I was shown this in a series of illustrations back in the year 2000, when Mother Earth has already gone through the beginning of cracking open her outer mantle, which is where we are at the moment. She's done this before, and often there's rumours of things or understanding about the inner earth. And the inner earth is millions of years old, but it also still has the mantle of all the star beings that are still part of the inner earth. That is kept well away from the outer earth, which is where we are, or we have been at the moment. They are there. There are doorways into the inner earth. I have visited it myself, so I'm very much aware on several occasions as to to what it holds. But it's also a reference to yourself, to allow your inner light to crack open what no longer serves you. No longer be subservient to the system. No longer be part of the great machinery of sucking you into being food fodder and just a cog in the wheel of some massive computer. There is another element with this. As I have been both a contactee and abductee, and one tends to know more about being an abductee because they're a missing time. And not to be alarmed, it's just the fact that one's not here, and one gets used to it over the years. It's happened to me all my life. And one of the experiments that they're carrying out on these abductees is the fact that those have been involved in the, I think it's called AI or AI system, where one plugs into the world central computer, have lost their ability to create. And it's souls from the future that's actually abducting, I call them souls, it's beings from the future that have already gone down this route of plugging into the one central system, and they themselves have actually lost their soul and their ability to create. And this is why they're experimenting on those who still have their souls and still have the ability to create. To be able to create is the most wonderful gift that you can possibly have. Don't give it away. Your ability to gift, not your gifting, but your ability to gift. We'll move on to the next pair. And here we have the great severing. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Now we have a reflection of the Mars anger energy here on Mother Earth. This is a planet that was well populated on the outer sphere, but the beings have retreated into inner Mars. This is where life actually is today. But there are energetic layers, like on Mother Earth. We have third the dimension, and the fifth through the fourth into the fifth dimension, which is the one of benefit to the humanity and Mother Earth, are the severing of the anger and the conflict to love. This is the difference between the third dimension and the fifth dimension, which has already been carried out on Mars. And there's some beautiful beings on Mars, and one energy, although on Mars, the people of a lower vibration will not even be aware of the higher vibration around them. We're not talking about ghosts, we're talking about may see it as a slight mirage, but it is actually another overlaying of life upon planet Mars. And there are beings there operating at the 14th dimensional level who I've had great conversations with, but there's also those who are at the 9th and I believe 6th level. So there are more levels than we have on Earth. We're just working with the duality of the third dimension, skipping through the fourth, which is can slip back. If you're in the fourth, you can slip back easily into the third. So you need to be clear into the fifth dimension here on Earth to be able to embrace love. And our last card, the second of the pair, we will look at as Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. And here again we have the Inner Earth, and we have been talking about Inner Mars. So these are very much connected as to where we're at. Inner Earth is more or less at peace with each other, and yet there are, it has been said there's many of greater than 800 different star beings actually living within Mother Earth. This has come from another source, not my own understanding. There may well be. I'm just sharing. But life revolves around a much better way of being. And it's the richness of the flora and fauna which is what I am being drawn to here. We are losing the outer world to reflect Mars. Barren, no creativity going on here. But within the creativity, and it's also macrocosm and microcosm. We're looking at outside of ourselves and reflecting on the inside of ourselves also. You know that you will be surviving this. Something within your soul, if you let go of the fear and stand within the eye of the storm and just allow the storm to do its craziness outside, you will survive this. Do not get sucked into the energies around the eye of the storm. It is not very creativity for you to go there. And I'm just going to leave that with you for today. I'm going to pull a few of these cards to literally finish off the reading. And hopefully this one will be of a reasonable length to be able to be uploaded. So technology, I'm learning about technology. It's part of our life, and I am embracing it as best as I can with a very old, shortly to be updated, so I'm told, technology. So let us pull a couple of cards and see what they are going to bring for you. Excuse me. Or they're saying ready just to take two from the top. And the first one we have is remind yourself that you are a soul spirit being. So your inner beauty of you that links to your bigger soul is where your soul is based. Always go through the heart center and remind yourself that you are not your physical body, that one belongs to Earth, but you are of your physical body. And we will take a last card, and this one is, let love be your motivation for action. Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Love is the only way, so that our planet Earth is not here, it is here, to bring about love on Earth. Well, I'll leave that with you for today, and hope you have a fantastic day, and may your heart star shine brightly. Goodbye.